Students, family members, friends, faculty, and distinguished guests, welcome to Northeastern State University's Spring 2019 commencement for the Gregg Wadley College of Science and Health Professions and the Oklahoma College of Optometry. My name is Debbie Landry, and I serve as a Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. Please remain standing for the National Anthem, sung by Trico Blue and accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet, consisting of Tim Caputo, trumpet, Jackson Washburn, trumpet, Denario Schultz, French horn, Lily Lewis, trombone, and Brady Hacker, bass trombone. Miss Jamie Combs will serve as our interpreter for this program.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. It is now my honor to introduce Northeastern State University's 19th President, Dr. Steve Turner, who will extend his greetings.
Good afternoon, everyone. What a great looking audience. Guests, we are so glad that you're here. Let me just say it right up front. We all made it in this morning and out after the program, and we made it in, and I believe we'll get out of here when it's over without getting wet, right? And in green country, that's a big deal. So we're doing something right at NSU. Let me say on behalf of the degree candidates, where are the grandparents? Grandparents, wave your hand. Yeah, thank you. Where are the moms and dads? Yeah. Where are the husbands and wives? Thank you. Where are the brothers and sisters? There we go. How about the children of some of the degree candidates? Quite a few. Let me say on their behalf, thank you for what you've done to get them to this place at this time. This is a pivotal time in their lives, but I assure you, you provided the support that's necessary. So this is a celebration for all of us. You're a great looking crowd. Thank you all for being here today. We are pleased to welcome you to our third of 4 commencements this afternoon for the Gregg Wadley College of Science and Health Professions and the Oklahoma College of Optometry. We're very fortunate to have the number of academic programs, including a doctorate in optometric medicine. So we are so glad that you're here. As you look around, we really don't have a whole lot of control over the weather, but we're thankful. But we do have a little more control in here. There are a lot of people that have brought flowers. They have set things up. They're behind the scenes with cameras. They're running the sound. They made sure you got in safely. I'd like for all of our volunteers that made today possible to stand and wave wherever you are. Let's say thank you to the folks that worked hard to get us here. This is a special weekend in our nation. Tomorrow we will pause and recognize moms for Mother's Day. I've always liked to to say my mother's name. She passed away about 11 years ago, much too young. Betty, a wonderful person, but moms have a big impact on our lives. They change our lives forever. So I would like for us to recognize moms. Would all the moms stand at this time? And we're going to wish you an early Happy Mother's Day. This institution, at any time the call to arms has been made, students from NSU have left their education to go and to serve their nation with pride and with distinction. We are so pleased and honored by veterans. This morning we had a commissioning ceremony of a second lieutenant. So we certainly celebrate. So I would ask, if you have served or are serving in one of the branches of the armed services, would you stand at this time as a group and let us say thank you for your service? I would like to introduce my special guest this afternoon, certainly a friend to NSU. The students know her, faculty, staff know her, but my wife Penny's over here on the left. So we're glad that Penny's with us. Lastly, we have an amazing faculty and staff, a lot of folks that are very committed to helping students and student success. Today is a culmination of all of those combined efforts because the most important thing we can do is help students graduate on time, right? Help them graduate, help them succeed, and then very soon start making money, right, to pay you all back. But let me just say, there's no group that has a bigger impact on our students' ability to graduate on time than the collective group that we know as our faculty. So faculty, thank you for what you've done.
I would like to introduce some members of the platform party and those who have logistical roles in the ceremony. Others will be introduced later. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Dr. Pamela Fly, Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Sophia Sweeney, Interim Assistant Vice President for Academic Affairs. Ms. Christy Lansaw, Vice President for Administration and Finance. Mr. Ben Hardcastle, Vice President for University Relations. Dr. Renee Cambiano, President of the Faculty Council. Dr. Craig Clifford is our mace bearer, and the college gonfalons were carried by Dr. Sean Kim, Dr. Chris Burba, and Dr. Alan McKee. Dr. Jessica Martin will assist with the College of Science and Health Professions diploma distribution and hooding, while Dr. Lee Carr and Dr. Joseph Shetler will hood optometry candidates. Ms. Misty McGee, Dr. Carl Kruzak, and Dr. Spencer Johnson will announce names for this ceremony. Let's give them a round of applause. Faculty members from the Gregg Wadley College of Science and Health Professions and the Oklahoma College of Optometry are here this afternoon to share this moment with you. And they're led by Dr. Darrell Lindy and Dr. Neil Whittle, who serve as faculty marshals. In this ceremony, we would like to recognize 2 of this year's Circle of Excellence honorees. Each spring, NSU faculty review peer and student nominations to select 3 members to be added to the Faculty Circle of Excellence. Faculty members are honored for their work in one of 3 areas: teaching, research, and service. At this ceremony, we recognize Dr. Alan McKee and Dr. Neil Whittle, both members of the Oklahoma College of Optometry faculty. Dr. McKee is recognized for outstanding service, and Dr. Whittle is the honoree for teaching. Dr. McKee and Dr. Whittle, please stand. These individuals exemplify the quality of the entire NSU faculty who bring the university regional, national, and international recognition. Most importantly, our faculty care about their students and their success. Please join me in expressing appreciation to the outstanding NSU faculty. Faculty, please stand.
Good afternoon. My name is Jared Freeman and I serve as the Vice President for Student Affairs. This time we wish to recognize outstanding students at Northeastern State University. The first group includes our RISE Scholars. Riverhawks Initiating Service and Engagements, known as RISE, is a 4-year scholarship program designed to develop leadership skills through community service and civic engagement. RISE Scholars maintain high academic standards, fulfill service hour requirements, and organize university-sponsored service events. As I call your name, please stand to be recognized. Audience, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Tesla Benton, Jenks, Integrative Biology major, and Bailey Hallam, Tahlequah, Speech Language Pathology major. Thank you to both for your services to NSU and community. You may be seated. Recognizing students who have made significant contributions to Northeastern State University through academic achievement, campus leadership and involvement, community service, honors and awards, the NSU Alumni Association Board of Directors has identified 10 outstanding seniors. In this ceremony, we recognize the following honorees from the College of Science and Health Professions. Students, please stand as I call your name. Audience, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Madison Boltinghouse, Skytook, Mathematics Education major, and Shady Lawless, Roof, Speech Language Pathology major. Congratulations to our outstanding seniors. Will Madison Boltinghouse, Haley Hefner, Shady Lawless, and Catherine Nugent, memberships of the President's Leadership class, make your way to the right side of the stage. Established in 1974, the President's Leadership Class is a unique leadership and scholarship program designed to cultivate outstanding potential and proven student leaders. During their time at Northeastern, these students are immersed in a program focused on the development of leadership skills and civic engagement. During this ceremony, we recognize 4 graduating members of the President's Leadership Class. As I call your name, please come forward to accept your PLC certificate from President Turner. Madison Boltinghouse, Skytook, Mathematics Education major. Haley Hefner, Idabel, Speech Language Pathology major. Shady Lawless, Roof, Speech Language Pathology major. Catherine Nugent, Tulsa, Vision Science major. Please join me in recognizing these graduating members of the President's Leadership Class.
Will these members of the NSU Honors Program make your way to the right side of the stage? Hunter Collins, Rebecca Gleeson, Joy Marie Harrington, Aubrey Stompard, Peyton Turner, and Michaela Weaver. Established in 2001 and directed by Dr. Karen Carey, the NSU Honors Program features a learning environment where students work with faculty members and peers in courses focused on independent research and participation in co-curricular cultural experiences. Students in the Honors Program must maintain a 3.25 grade point average or above and complete a senior research project. As I call your name, please come forward to receive your honors medallion from President Turner. Hunter Collins. Hunter Collins is a cell and molecular biology major from Shakota whose project was titled The Effects of Elevation Training Mask on Respiratory Parameters Using a Set Exercise Protocol. Dr. Craig Clifford serves as mentor for the project. Rebecca Gleeson is a med lab science major from Lucas, Texas. Rebecca's project was titled Scaloporus consomius Digestive Tract Microbiota. Dr. Cindy Caesar and Dr. Mark Paulison served as her mentors. Joy Marie Harrington is a speech-language pathology major from Broken Arrow. Her project, Links Between Learning Styles and Therapy Styles, was supervised by Mr. James Tibbetts. Aubrey Stompert is a chemical major from Yukon. Dr. Chris Burba supervised her study entitled Using Solvent Ionic Liquids to Address Polymorphism in Pharmaceuticals. Peyton Turner is a cell and molecular biology major from Tulsa. Her project was titled DNA Sequencing and Characterization of a Plasmid Carrying a QNRS2 Ofloxacin-Resistant Gene. Dr. John DeBonze served as her mentor. Michaela Weaver worked with Dr. Craig Clifford on the project, a comparison of ABO blood type and RH factor between card-carrying and self-identifying Native Americans. Michaela is a cell and molecular biology major from Cushing. One more round of applause for the honor program graduates. Our final recognition is for students with grade point average honors. Undergraduate honor students wear paired cords that are green with white, silver, or gold, depending on the recognition. Graduate honor students wear combined green, silver, and gold cords, and members of Alpha Chi, a national honor society for students in the upper 10% of their class, also wear a blue and green cord. The names of the spring 2019 honor graduates and the grade point average qualifications for undergraduate honors and master degree honors are in your program. These students will be recognized individually as they receive their diplomas. Please join me in recognizing our spring 2019 cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude, and graduate honor students. Honor graduates, please stand. Please be seated.
It is a pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Miss Lisa Johnson Billy, who was named a distinguished alumna last fall. Miss Billy graduated from NSU in 1990 with a bachelor's degree in art and business. She continued her education at the University of Oklahoma, earning a Master's of Education degree. Miss Billy served 6 years as a legislator for the Chickasaw Nation and 12 years in the Oklahoma House of Representatives, where she rose to the position of Deputy Whip and Vice Chair of the Republican Caucus. She was the first Native American and the first woman to represent her district. In 2017, President Trump named her to serve as a member of the Board of Trustees of the Morris K. Udall and Stuart L. Udall Foundation, an executive branch office that focuses in part on Native American issues. She was recently confirmed by the Oklahoma Senate as Governor Stitt's Secretary of Native American Affairs. As a student at NSU, Lisa was inducted into the NSU Hall of Fame, served on the Student Senate, and served as president of the Native American Student Association. Please join me in welcoming Lisa Johnson Billy, our commencement speaker. Welcome, Ms. Speaker.
Halito, chukma, himagnetak at chukma moma chimpisalika. And since I'm in the land of the Chalagi, Osio Tohija. Graduates, you are on the winning journey. And this is great news, because the even better news is you can continue winning in this journey. You have the opportunities to keep on winning, because winning, as Thomas Edison once said, is dressed in overalls and looks a whole lot like work. And you've done a lot of work to get to this place where you are now. So I say congratulations to you for work well done. Now the next step in that journey, that next dream that you have to tackle, and I know parents and grandparents and those of us that are here surrounding you, part of that dream has to include a job. But part of that dream as you go out and find it is to continue to dream, to continue to see things that you don't currently see. Let me take you back to the 1950s. Both of my parents were raised in the 1950s. My dad was from a small community, and because of various issues in his family, he lived in extreme poverty. And I share this often. I always say, Dad, what was it like living on a dirt floor? He said, really wasn't that bad. He said, that was my job, was to do the floors. He said, you just sprinkle water on it and you just walk all over it. He goes, I had fun as a kid doing that. His attitude about how he overcame is pretty phenomenal to me. My dad, because they didn't have a whole lot growing up, he had to work all the time. He started working as a young kid. And one of the jobs that they would work in were the hay fields and the broom corn fields where we live near Purcell. It's about 15 miles away in a little community called Maysville, Oklahoma. And so my dad and some of his buddies would gather up, and they'd have to find somebody that actually had a vehicle they could drive. And so they'd go to Mr. Burford and they'd say, we're here to work. Which ones of us can you hire? Can you hire all of us? My dad said, we were always hoping he'd hire the guy that had the vehicle. But he said he never did. He never did hire the guy that had the vehicle. He said, we always had to walk back home. He said, well, actually, we ran back home. He said, actually, we learned to pretend to hand off a baton as we ran back home. I want to tell you that those so-called perceived disadvantages, that was the state track team right there. In fact, they held that relay race. They held that state track record. It was just probably about 15 years ago when that record was broken, and one of those records still exists today. My dad's almost 80 years old. That so-called perceived disadvantage actually is what pushed my dad into college. He went on to college, played some football, ran. Because of that so-called disadvantage, there's a philosopher, his name's Alfred Adler, and he came up with this counterintuitive compensation theory. And he says that when you have these so-called disadvantages in your life, That in fact, it can draw out, it can develop, it can produce characteristics and traits that didn't exist, would have never risen to the top. That certainly was the case for my dad, and it certainly was the case for my late mother. You see, every one of us can have so-called disadvantages or disabilities. I want you to think about, what are they for you today? What are the things that potentially could hold you back, keep you down, and prevent you from moving forward? Because whatever it is, I want to encourage you today that as you begin to dream, as you begin to think about things that don't currently exist, how do you want to see things happen? You have to reject those voices that tell you otherwise. You have to surround yourself with people who will give you wise words, people who truly care about your success, people who will encourage you, people who will lift you up. I want to encourage you today. One of the favorite things that my grandfather used to tell me, yeah, you got to believe in yourself and all that stuff. He said, now put your head down and get to work. When I was at Northeastern, I had several disadvantages. I have to be very candid about that. In fact, one of those disadvantages is I lacked financial resources to do some of the things I wanted to do. So because of that, I had to do what my grandpa said, put your head down and get to work. There were only so many heifers I could take to the cell in the fall to help pay my tuition. So I got to work. And when I came here to Tahlequah, I'm very thankful that I had several families that took me in. Because there were times I didn't always have a place to live. And because of that so-called disadvantage, I have some great friends right here in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, that if I ever need something, all I have to do is pick the phone up. I have a place to stay. I have a place to eat anytime I come back home to Tahlequah, Oklahoma. One of the jobs that I had while I lived here was at Sequoia Boarding School. It was one of my favorite places to work. And one of my jobs, besides hanging out and getting to play, which I thought was a lot of fun, I had to make sure the girls stayed in their rooms after 10 o'clock. Lisa, your job is to sit in this hallway. You can do your homework, but make sure nobody comes out those doors. Well, those girls did come out those doors. And we had some of the best conversations sitting in that hallway in those dormitories. In fact, those conversations began to spring up a passion in me that I didn't know was there, because what I realized is that those young Indian girls were dealing with the same issues that I had been dealing with. And because of that, I decided there has to be a better way. There has to be something new that can happen. And so when I come back to class, I gathered up a lot of my friends, one of which is here. Some of you may know him, Ken Rivas. And I said, look, we have to do something for the young people on this campus, in our communities, in our state. How can we make it better for the next group of people? I'm sure I didn't sound that intelligent when I was saying it. And together we formed an organization called Peacemakers Incorporated. And Peacemakers Incorporated, we began to travel all over the United States, empowering young people, working on reservations, working with young people from every tribe across the United States. And because most of us either knew our language or our dances, we began to incorporate our tribal culture into how we were working with these young people in a holistic sense. And because of that, it began to get noticed, and people would actually hire us. I remember our first contract job was at Sequoia, and there was a counselor named Bill Glass, and he said, Lisa, bring your group out here. I can't pay you, but you can eat all you want to eat at the buffet. Well, all of us Indian kids went, we're there, Mr. Glass. And we ate all the food that was at Sequoia. That would not have been developed had I had every resource at my hand. Everything I needed, I didn't have what I needed. When you don't have what you need, allow it to develop those traits within you that would otherwise go undeveloped. When you begin to dream, let your dream be so big that you can go nowhere but fall upon your knees and ask God Almighty to help you, to send people, to give you wisdom, to strengthen you. And while you're there in that place, on your knees, never let humble beginnings from preventing you from going after what you believe you're called to do. I will tell you, the losers are the ones who sit around gossiping about what the winners are doing. Every one of you are winners in this room. Do not let the voices of those who reject your passion prevent you from doing and going after what you know you are called to do. And never be concerned about impressing others. Graduates, you are on a winning journey. I say go after it and go get it. God bless you.
Great speaker, great message, right? Yeah, Lisa, good job. On behalf of the institution, we'd like to commemorate you being our commencement speaker. For those of you in the audience, if you would look at the gonfalons or the flags behind me, you'll notice the seal of the institution, of which the president wears at every formal ceremony. There are two dates in the center. It has a date of 1846 and at the bottom 1909. November 26, 1846, this year will be 173 years ago. The Cherokee Council passed an act that created what is today NSU. On March 6, 1906, the state of Oklahoma bought the assets, the land, and the buildings, and we became Northeastern Oklahoma State Teachers College. So, Lisa, on the back, it is inscribed this day that you are our speaker. You make us proud. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Secretary Billy, for those inspiring remarks. It is time to present candidates for the baccalaureate, master's degrees, and doctoral degrees. Each candidate will be recognized on stage and receive a diploma cover. Master's and doctoral degree candidates will also receive a hood symbolizing their professional field. After all candidates are recognized on stage, President Turner will confer degrees. The dean of each college will present the candidates and will be assisted in diploma distribution by the associate or assistant dean. Faculty, at this time, I will ask if you concur with these recommendations for degrees. If so, please rise. Thank you. Please be seated.
Good afternoon. I'm Pam Hathorn, and I serve as the Dean for the Gregg Wadley College of Science and Health Professions. President Turner, I am pleased to present these candidates from the college upon whom the baccalaureate degree will be conferred. Will baccalaureate candidates from the Gregg Wadley College of Science and Health Professions please come forward?
Marlene Jennifer Diaz.
Victoria May Hoskin.
Rebecca Gleeson.
Mikel Garcia.
Erica Dawn Coward.
Shelby Lynn Schweihart.
Jiwiz Chang, magna cum laude.
Isabel Santano.
Dolly Dobson.
Leander Centeno.
Wendy Gabriela Ibanez.
Robert Aaron Lee, summa cum laude.
Sherry Renee Ortiz.
Haley Sliger.
Kaylin Long.
Brianna Lee Belden.
Destiny Adriana Cox.
Michael Garrison.
Leslie Caitlin Dodge.
Daniel Thomas Fitzgerald.
Paula Jean Kaplan.
Haley Bell Sanders, cum laude.
Angela Marie Farmer.
Victoria Lee Turner, summa cum laude.
Leslie Ratliff.
Megan Ann Russian, cum laude.
Moriah Dawn Kinsey.
Samantha Gail Sargent, cum laude.
Brittany Sue Hahn.
Marcella Delaney Turner, magna cum laude.
Ashton Mackenzie McBride.
Faith Elizabeth Henry, summa cum laude.
William Earl Pruitt.
Kaylee Beth Earlywolf, cum laude.
Joanne Wanjinko Pearson.
Tiffany Brooke McLean, cum laude.
Aisha Marie Colbert.
Jessica Greer.
Joseph Jason Wright.
Katie Amanda Rice.
Garrett David Kaufman.
Zolma Matar.
Bryce Wade Newton.
Stormy Field Sanders, cum laude.
Alexander Rush Giffen, cum laude.
Terry Lynn Carrillo.
Shady Lynn Lawless, summa cum laude.
Alexis Nicole Fitzpatrick.
Haley Elizabeth Hefner, magna cum laude.
Rachel Marie Valcarcel.
Reagan Gibson.
Shelby Denise Kolchinsky.
Bailey Brooke Dosh, magna cum laude.
Tashali Lee Sunut.
Samantha D. McDonald, magna cum laude.
Tesla Quinn Benton, summa cum laude.
Kayla Dawn Gamble, summa cum laude.
Michaela Aaron Weaver, cum laude.
Emily Nicole Dowdy.
Catherine Wen, summa cum laude.
Maria Carmen Reyes.
Aubrey Joy Stomprid, summa cum laude.
Michaela Sky Yarbrough, cum laude.
Lauren J. Chastain, magna cum laude.
Rachel Sailors.
Lindsay Sue Nicholson, cum laude.
Avery Armstrong.
Rachel Carney.
Jamie Deanne Payne, magna cum laude.
Kimberly Michelle Davis.
Hannah Danielle Copeland, summa cum laude.
Bridget Shea Barlow.
Candace May Hall, summa cum laude.
Kendall Lynn Hallmark.
Jordan Gabrielle Hughes, summa cum laude.
Candace Lane Hallmark, magna cum laude.
Paige Mackenzie Thomason, summa cum laude.
Olivia Holaby.
Evan Mackenzie Smith, cum laude.
Michaela Elizabeth Daniels, summa cum laude.
Bailey Sue Hallam, summa cum laude.
Candace Nicole Yoakum.
Michaela Noel Teague, cum laude.
Ashley Renee Ritter.
Elizabeth Hope Whitaker, summa cum laude.
James Craig Ty.
Joy Marie Harrington, summa cum laude.
Haley Martin, magna cum laude.
Hunter Dale Ragland.
Lisa Lee Thor.
Sean Tyler Vota.
Jacob Peter Christensen.
Daniel Gibbons Simmons.
Bethany Annette Hinman, summa cum laude.
Jonathan Michael Orr.
Simon Luck, cum laude.
Amy Marie Fromm.
Billy Landis Jr.
Alyssa K. Cochran, cum laude.
Aiden Ballou.
Alexandria Bennett, cum laude.
Rashawn Howard, cum laude.
Tanya Lashane Garcia.
Trey Travis Cook.
Cassandra Weeks.
Branton William Ramsey.
Tristan Calum Unrucone.
Tolawanami Abayu Ioka.
Kaylin Gail Shackelford, cum laude.
Chase Alexander Benedict.
Andrew Eugene Jennison, magna cum laude.
Seth Chappie.
Benjamin Chicada Roost, magna cum laude.
Holton Lewis Fox, magna cum laude.
Jeremy Edwin Berryhill.
Hunter Willis Collins, magna cum laude.
Dalton Jennings Pierce, summa cum laude.
Dalton Lee Sanders, summa cum laude.
Daniel Davis.
James Daniel Bonser, magna cum laude.
Preston J. Finn.
Lisa Laniel Lawson Bonser.
Jennifer Dawn Hendrickson, cum laude.
Peyton Michelle Turner, cum laude.
Amanda Lynn Green.
Selena Sue Vang.
Caitlin Nicole Weiss.
Cheyenne Quinn Youngblood.
Madison Ann Bush, summa cum laude.
Leslie Arico.
Hunter Christian Dennis, summa cum laude. Katie D. Bingham.
Please help me acknowledge the bachelor degree candidates from the Gregg Wadley College of Science and Health Professions. Good afternoon. I'm Carrie Keller, Dean of the Graduate College. President Turner, I'm pleased to present the candidates from the Graduate College upon whom the master's degrees will be conferred. Candidates will proceed to both sides of the platform where they will be hooded by their dean or associate dean and their faculty mentor. Master's degree candidates in the Gregg Wadley College of Science and Health Professions, please come forward.
They don't have me turned on. Emily Savannah Loveland.
Talia D. Branham, honors.
Rachel Jeanette Louvier.
Lisa Marie Napier.
Rebecca Diane Terrell.
Chao Chang, honors.
Lyda Forrest Cantrell.
Kelly Sue Myers, honors.
Rachel Lavon Thomas.
Taylor Murray Carter.
Alexandra Marie Evans.
Jennifer Watson.
Kaylin Ann Clemmer.
Carmen Louise Johnson, honors.
Ashley Lynn Wing.
Jacqueline Nicole Hurst.
Kara Jo Kinnicky. Kelsey Lee Orendorf.
Tina Jo Gordon, honors.
Kelsey Lee Orendorf.
Susan Wren Stratton, honors.
Jessica Rosella Krausen.
Sabina Elizabeth Bell.
Andrea Leanne James.
Caitlin Nicole Bunch.
Caitlin Michelle Burtis Stewart.
Kelsey Lane Alsop, honors.
Megan Elise Holton.
Kelsey Lauren Allen, honors.
Caroline Jalen Couch.
Courtney Taylor Bone, honors.
Mallory Leanne Dinsmore.
Brianna Nicole Akins, honors.
Brittany Kamala Leith.
Danny Janae Horn, honors.
Lindsay Marie Allen.
Megan Rochelle Coward.
Austin Nicole Evans.
Carly Nicole Glace.
Melissa May Hutchinson.
Victoria K. Johnson.
Maria Lynette Aguayo.
Patricia Denise Frias.
Tara Simpson.
Stacy Nicole Bacon Honors.
Kylie Nicole Rigsby Honors.
Paige Brianne Gosney.
Allison K. Rice.
Erica Danielle Eagle Honors.
Joni K. Laster Honors.
Elizabeth Bell DePriest Honors.
Shelby Lene Moyers Honors.
Mary Catherine Aboud.
Riley Ashton Russell Honors.
Ashley Noel Barker.
Jordan Taylor Stevens.
Mike Lynn Emmy Easley.
Brandy Michelle Waugh.
Lindsay Taylor Hood Honors.
Sierra Gracie Ann Miller Honors.
Victoria Jade Baker.
Jordan Marie Pratt. Brianna Hope Main Honors. Mackenzie Alexandra Jones Honors. Kaylee Ray Webb Honors. Erica Jane Miller, honors. Catherine Elizabeth Murphy, honors. Krista Jeanette Nissen. Courtney Michelle Neese, honors. Kelby Rochelle Moon, honors. Tiffany Obanay, honors. Jeanette Faye Largent.
Please join me in congratulating the master's degree candidates from the Gregg Wadley College of Science and Health Professions.
Good afternoon. I'm Doug Peniston, Dean of the Oklahoma College of Optometry. President Turner, I am pleased to present you these candidates from the Oklahoma College of Optometry upon whom the doctoral degree will be conferred. Will the optometry doctoral candidates please come forward to the right side of the stage?
Dr. Kenan Cox. Dr. Blake Hausman-Zellner. Dr. Hayden Nauert. Dr. Seth Christian Laster. Dr. Jeffrey Michael Rice. Dr. Ryan Sean McCarthy. Dr. Jared Nathan Holthouse. Dr. Kathleen Nicole Nelson. Dr. Rachel Renee Gilliland. Dr. Kelsey Lynn Buford. Dr. Caitlin Marie Mefford. Dr. Devin Moran Staggs. Dr. Brett Michael Weilman. Dr. David Patrick Hurd. Dr. Hiba Sabah Hamami. Dr. Melissa Ann Vides. Dr. Idale Marie Thomas Payne. Dr. Megan Ray Tucker. Dr. Rachel Dale Cartmel Sires. Dr. Kevin M. Steeb. Dr. Martina Elizabeth Webb Haynes. Dr. John C. Choate. Dr. Adam Clark. Dr. Bradley Adam Daniel. Dr. Jeremy Austin Wiggins.
please help me recognize the doctoral degree candidates from NSU's Oklahoma College of Optometry.
Students, it is time for the conferring of degrees. Will all baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral degree candidates please rise? President Turner, pending the results of a final degree audit, I certify that the candidates standing before you have completed all requirements for the baccalaureate, master's, and doctoral degrees respectively, and I recommend that the degree to which they are individually entitled be conferred.
Thank you, Provost Landry. Consistent with the statutes of the state of Oklahoma, the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, and the Board of Regents of the Regional University System of Oklahoma, and by the authority vested in me by the state of Oklahoma, it is my pleasure to confer upon each of you the baccalaureate, master's, or doctoral degree as printed in the program with all the rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities such a degree carries among scholars. Graduates, there is a tradition in higher education that signifies the passage from being a student and candidate for graduation to becoming a graduate. At this time, please move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Please be seated.
Graduates, as you know, Northeastern State University has a long history of service to Oklahoma. Our alumni have accomplished great things in their professional and personal lives. Today, you're joining this distinguished group, and we are your partner as you begin this chapter in your life. Here to share with you the importance of our alumni remaining connected with NSU is Director of Alumni Services, Daniel Johnson.
Graduates, it is a pleasure to welcome you for the first time to NSU's Green and White Network. This is how we refer to our family of over 60,000 living alumni. And the Alumni Association is your link to this Green and White Network. We provide this network or this link through programming, through communications, and through events, all designed to keep you connected with NSU and with each other. Another great way to stay connected, you can find out about on the back of this card that was waiting in your seat when you arrived here today. This is our new Green and White Network mobile app, and I encourage you to download it just as soon as you can. You may have noticed something else on that card, and more importantly, your official NSU Alumni Pin. And if you haven't already, take a quick moment and put it on. That pin is a wonderful display of your pride and your connection with your alma mater. And I know there are a number of people here in the crowd today that are also alumni of NSU, and I want to give you a chance to display your pride and connection. So if you're a graduate in the audience, would you please stand and be recognized? It's good to have you back. The Alumni Association is all about fostering connections. We do this because NSU is better and stronger when we have an engaged and connected alumni community. NSU is stronger when our alumni serve as our frontline recruiters in their hometown communities. It is stronger when our alumni serve current students as mentors or advisors, creating a very powerful professional network. And NSU is certainly stronger when our alumni give of themselves and making an investment in their alma mater, donating to capital projects, to university programs, and most importantly, to scholarships. And our alumni continue to do this, and they're doing so at record levels. If as an NSU alumnus, you choose to do none of these, let me challenge you to do at least this one very important thing. Add value to the NSU degree. Add value to the NSU degree. There are 4 ways you can do that. Here they are. First, become excellent at what you do. 2, be worth more than you cost. 3, do what you say you're going to do. And last, outwork everyone. You do these 4 things, my friends, and most assuredly will add value to the NSU degree. Congratulations on everything that has brought you here today. It is now time to go and celebrate with your family and friends, but remember, stay connected and add value. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. As we come to the close of our ceremony, please listen carefully to these directions to facilitate a safe and smooth exit from the arena. In just a moment, we'll ask you to stand for the NSU Alma Mater. Freeman de Graffenried will sing the Alma Mater first in Cherokee, recognizing NSU's historical significance as the Cherokee National Female Seminary. Then we ask all audience members to join Trico Blue in singing the English lyrics. All vocalists will be accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet. Following the Alma Mater, please remain standing at your seat during the recessional. After the platform party, faculty and graduates have recessed and left the arena floor, the audience will be dismissed to meet graduates outside. We ask audience members who are physically able to please depart via the upper concourse exits and stairs to allow guests with mobility concerns easy access to the elevator. Now, please stand for the Alma Mater.